Hi, I'm Zara. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Navigate Our Youth. If this is your first time seeing my video, please hit the subscribe button. It's lovely to meet you, but just hit the subscribe button. And for my returning subscribers, aloha. Nice to see you guys again. It feels like a felony to just make this video and not explain why I have not made a YouTube video in a while. I mean, aside the adulting and all of that, I've literally had it up to here with all of the tasks I've had to do, work, coursework, that's classes, volunteering, and a couple of other things that I've been doing, and it has been eating into my time. Of course, there's also the part for the excuses upon excuses that I have made that has kept me away from filming. If it wasn't the weather, because I mean, Lagos, like literally last 2 weeks, it literally rained the entire time, and I had to work even with the light situation because of the weather. Although I didn't really have a light situation, if I'm being very honest, there was light, but the sound of the rain, all of that was basically I had a bunch of excuses, if I'm being very honest, just excuses upon excuses. I also had another opportunity to make an excuse to not film today because I just took out my braids and my hair is like all over the place. I don't know what to do with it yet. And yeah, I was going to say that maybe I wouldn't look so good for this video, but discipline won today, and I'm sitting here. Let me let you in on why I think I'm going to enjoy making this video. I'm currently filming with my front camera, and I've never done that before. I always film with my back camera, even for reels and everything. And I'm literally watching myself talk, and it feels it feels very exciting. I can literally watch myself in real time, and I didn't have to stress with having to find my angles. Although I think I'm still learning how my lighting is supposed to work. But I mean, I'm enjoying it. It didn't frustrate me because I didn't have to like figure out all of that. If it frustrated me, I'm sure I would have not made this video. But I am so happy to finally allow discipline win and sit here and make a video. And yeah, this feels good. And that brings me to what I would love to talk about today. Now, imagine you're in a messy room. Imagine you're in your room. Your room is messy as we speak. Imagine you're in a messy room, your clothes are strewn around, all of that, untidy, unorganized, and you stand in the middle of that mess and you don't know where to begin. You don't know if to fold your neat pile of laundry or do the dirty one. You basically just don't know where to start from. And then you realize that maybe the mess is not just your room, but it's your head. Because honestly, sometimes the clutter is not just your room. The problem might not be your room. Your messy room might just be a symptom of the clutter that is happening in your mind. You have a lot of things competing for your attention. You have work to do. You have tasks to do. You have just basically a lot of things vying for your attention. And that is exactly what I'll be talking about: mental clutter. This is a very relatable topic for me because I would say that I'm still in this rut. I'm slowly crawling my way out of that clutter, and hence why I can make this video. So, yes, mental clutter. I think that's like the most common form of clutter that we deal with, while being alive and growing and having a lot of things to do. But we don't necessarily realize that that's what's going on because it translates into our surroundings, like your room. It becomes messy, everything becomes unorganized, and then we start to treat the symptom instead of the disease. We start to tidy up the room, make a to-do list of the things I have to do. And while those things help, it is very necessary to understand where the problem is coming from. What's the issue? Here, it's up here, the mental clutter. And basically, this is what mental clutter looks like. It looks like the typical kind of clutter or mess you deal with, like having a lot of work to do. But it is so many things fighting for your attention at the same time. You have work, you have school, you have a business to run, you're probably married, dealing with kids, dealing with family. Basically, it feels like having so many tabs open in your head and you don't know which one is playing the music. That's exactly what mental clutter looks like. And of course, if this up here is scattered, you can imagine how that would translate into your work, into your workspace, into your room, right? Because my room is a mess, actually. But yes, that's exactly what mental clutter looks like. And I think the worst form of mental clutter, please, I think I'm at this point, I'm just coining up this word, is the ambition clutter. And here's what I mean. It's now no longer just about having a lot of tasks or having a lot of things to do with. It is having to deal with the weight of ambition. Like I said, it's like so many things are fighting for your attention. But now, so many versions of yourself is fighting for your attention. I think the problem with ambitious people or, high achieving people is that we spend a lot of time here. We're always doing a lot of things in our heads. We are doing different versions of ourselves in our head. At least it's almost like you're trying to give room for expression for all the versions of yourself at the same time. You want to be a content creator, face your career, run a business, run a relationship, um, work, and all of that. You want to do all of it at the same time. It's almost like there's no break for any of these versions. Like you're not giving any of these versions room for it. You're giving all of it at the same time, and that can be a very, 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 very dicey situation, especially because it would affect your productivity, and you probably get nothing done even at that rate. You spend a lot of time thinking instead of doing, and it's very frustrating. Now that we get the idea of what mental clutter looks like, how do we declutter the mind? The first thing I'll suggest is a brain dump. And here's what I mean. I don't just mean listing out the things you have to do and organizing it. No, 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 none of that organization yet. Brain dump, drop everything down, like everything in your mind. Well, for some people, you suggest writing. I hate to write because I spend a very good part of the week writing already because of coursework. So you don't want to tie your brain dump to activities that already stress you. So we thank God for the advent of, technology like things like this, or even sitting in front of yourself and making a video actually helps. Whatever works for you, just dump everything. And I mean everything, everything you have to do, everything you haven't done, things you need to do, things you should have let go of, conversations that are playing in your mind, conversations that you feel like, "Ah, I should have said this thing," or situations that you felt like you didn't handle well. Everything you're thinking of, drop it down, dump it. Either you're writing or you're recording a journal, like a voice note or something. Just drop everything. You don't need to organize first. You just want to be able to say, this is what is occupying my mind, right? Now, after you're done doing your brain dump, we get to the activity of the organization and decluttering. Now, to the activity of organization. By the time you're done with your brain dump, you probably realize that some things might be necessary, some might be unnecessary. You'll be able to have categories of, you know, what you have to do, be it work, be it school, be it business, or you basically just notice that you're trying to do everything at once. It helps you, it gives you a clearer picture of what exactly has been going on in your mind, right? Then you go ahead and organize according to priority, according to, whatever you have going on. Then you can then tackle the symptoms. Those things that we would have done initially, like cleaning your room and all of those things. This is the part for it. Because first off, those things are like symptoms. You're not the root cause. The reason why your room is messy is not because you're just of course, if you're a naturally disorganized person, that's on you. But sometimes it's because, you have a lot going on. So now that we've recognized what is going on, we can now go ahead and clean up your room, tidy your workspace, because this is actually very important. Reducing visual noise and reducing all the things that would unsettle you, like an untidy place, a scattered workplace. All these things are very unsettling. They actually affect your productivity. So now you can tidy up your room, do all of that. You know, for people that get affected by colors, maybe you're very sensitive, like I'm very, very sensitive to light and colors. I try to make sure that my mind is settled. I reduce the amount of lighting around me. I use warmer tones, even with my like screens. These little things They look very tiny, they seem very minute, but these details are actually very, very important, right? Your kind of lighting around you, the kind of colors in your house. Sometimes you just want something that would settle and calm your mind. The point is, try to calm your mind in situations like that, right? Now we've settled the brain dump. We've arranged our rooms, we've arranged our workspaces, we've taken note of how sensitive we are and what we're sensitive to, introducing neater spaces, better colors that help you think, do a little of your favorite things, keep a list of your favorite things around you. The next step, and probably the final step, is to look at the things that you've organized and ask yourself what needs to go. You need to understand the current season of your life. The truth is, we cannot do everything at the same time. You cannot do your masters, you cannot run a business, you cannot, what's the word, do everything and do it perfectly. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying that something is going to suffer. So it's best to recognize what season of your life you're in and then choose what is more important. What holds priority? What should you let go of? Things that should have been in the past, let them go. Sometimes you check your mind and you're beating yourself up for mistakes that you've made before or opportunities that you've lost. Why are you crying over spilt milk? Let it go. Wherever that has to go, let it go. The disappointments you face, the opportunities you've lost, the friendships that have broken, let them go. Stop giving them, stop, like close that tab, like close it fast. All right? Let stuff like that go. Then now the rest, priority. And priority is not just about simple tasks. It's about what version of myself do I need to be now? What do I need to pursue first? What do I need to let go first? Especially for people, for young people that you have ambitions. Like I'm usually wowed when I open the internet. People are doing like really, really great things. And the pressure of wanting to become all of those versions, especially I'm saying this from experience because struggling with wanting to do everything, wanting to oh I mean just talking about it is quite exhausting, right? So choose what holds priority. What season of your life are you in? What should you become now? What version of you should take the front line, right? And you know, focus on that, grow that, and of course, create room for growth. Even while you're doing that, make opportunities for the other versions of yourself without necessarily wanting to become all of it at the same time. And I think you find that this would actually help your productivity. You find that you're not thinking of 1 million tasks that you want to do at the same time. It's just one you, it's just one you, it's just 24 hours we have in a day. So this would actually improve your productivity and give you a clearer mind. And you probably sleep better. Cluttering is not about having less. It's about making space. Making space for yourself now, making space for the version that exists now, and making space for the versions yet to come. So declutter your mind.